Hello guys, welcome back to SVD. Some people were kind of upset. Apparently I lost some subscribers for making fun of McFarlane. But you know what? I'm not taking that back. Seriously, I think there's something wrong going on here. And I have actually watched some YouTube videos where people are defending McFarlane toys. I would just ask you guys go watch that video where the person was defending McFarlane toys and look at who the video is being sponsored by, and then read the comments because all the people are defending McFarlane, I don't think they're collectors at all. They're making comparison to their childhood experience in the 80s and 90s. I strongly believe that McFarlane's making these figures for collectors, like adult collectors, not for children. I don't think any of these stuff is actually made for children. I don't know a lot of kids these days that even read comic books. I think this comic books is probably for someone who's like over the age of like 15 or something. It's not as popular for the younger generation as it used to be for people who grew up in the 80s, 90s, and even maybe early 2000s. I think kids these days are probably more into Fortnite, various other stuff that they can uh, look at on their phones or iPads and stuff like that. Yeah, I really don't think this is as popular with the so-called boys as it was with boys who grew up in the 80s, 90s. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I think he's kind of out of touch, and in his defense, I used to respect the guy. I respect a lot of things he said about the toy industry, especially the big companies. I am not a big fan of the big companies either. And, he used to be the underdog, and I used to support him for that. But, we also have to take a look at a lot of things in perspective because I feel like, he's doing what a lot of these big companies are doing, like just cranking out so much stuff, so many recolors and stuff like that. It seems like at one point, actually, right now, I feel like they're actually McFarlane Toys is releasing more figures than Hasbro. Yes, I think Anthony's Custom said something like that uh, a while ago. But they're doing everything. They're doing the video games like the Diablo 4 statues. All of them look absolutely terrible. And then they're doing anime properties. I don't even know if they're doing them like well because a lot of them just end up on clearance and nobody wants them. Nobody even talks about some of these figures because I feel like it's so poorly done. And there's a lot of problem with a lot of his figures. Like some of them actually look really good, but when you start trying to pose them and put them in uh, trying to use like the articulation, they just don't look good. And not only that, and some figures are actually sculpted very poorly. The way they design the thing. I did actually watch that Anthony's custom video about some of the art, the proportions, the design on that Nightfall Catwoman. I feel like the DC Direct version, from the DC Essentials. I actually had that figure. That was like not a good figure, not a great one, but I feel like that old figure from 2019, 2020 has better proportions than this figure, and the face sculpt on that one might look even better. And I'm really skeptical about his personal opinion about female figures. I feel like maybe that's a reason why we don't get like good female figures at all from the McFarlane toy line. Some of them, most of them in general, just look kind of ridiculous. I was looking at the some of his older releases, and I feel like yeah, it's a lot of these Wonder Womans like they don't look very good. um, and I was talking with some friends. I was like, well, what's our options now for DC figures, right? They told me, well, look into Mayfix, right? I was looking at the Mayfix. I was like, wow, I'm actually kind of blown away how I'm so ignorant about Mayfix DC figures. They are actually really pricey, but in my opinion, you should probably at this point should probably go for quality over quantity, because all he does is he just cranks out these figures, and at some point, the quality is not there, because so much stuff is being made. Uh, it's kind of like what Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, was saying. Like, they're cranking out so much Marvel MCU stuff that the quantity diluted the quality. Yeah, I think that's that's a truthful statement from a guy who tends to not tell the truth half the time, or mostly all the time. So yeah. So anyway, that's my opinion about McFarlane toys. If you guys are upset about it, it is what it is, man. Like, if I'm gonna lose subscribers over this kind of situation, then so be it. Thanks for watching, guys.